I just started the stream, FYI.
Oh, okay. Well, keep on rocking. So,
Keep on-
hey, get anything fun for Christmas?
Got the jersey.
All right. That'll never grow old.
No.
Because, when he's done playing, he'll be in the Hall of Fame in like 20 minutes. So.
Yeah, pretty much. So the other two jerseys I have were both Stacy's.
Oh, is that right? All right.
Yeah.
It's good to have something that you can call your own.
She doesn't wear them, so it's a jersey. It's unisex. It's not the pink ones or the women cut. And
Sure.
yeah,
the pink ones.
I mean, I'd wear it.
Hey, you're a grown man. It's salmon when a man wears it. I get it. You're comfortable in your own skin.
Hell, these brace bands I have are pink because my niece asked me to. She dared me to. So
that's it, dude.
Yeah, you can't really see in the camera, but no. What else did I get? I got some gift cards. I got a bunch of clothes, which is nice because a lot of my clothes don't fit anymore.
You're losing too much weight, Tom.
Nonsense. Just the right amount. Nothing too over the top.
Okay.
How about you?
Good. A couple video game related things. Morning, Genius.
Morning.
We're live on stream, so
good to know.
Yeah, put your boobies away. I don't think those are allowed on stream. That's against the Twitch terms of service.
Makes sense to me. Really,
you know what?
Does.
Screw it. Show me your tits.
Nobody will complain. But yeah, my kids got some really cool stuff. The snap circuits were very popular, Genius.
Oh, that's wonderful.
What are snap circuits?
It's just basically it's a circuit board that have Lego style pieces, and the kids can construct certain things that use electrical current. So like,
yeah, buddy.
So basically the kids can make their own circuit board where things fly up in the air and lights come on and stuff like that. So
that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And educational.
Yeah. Well, if I want my kids to learn something, I can't just buy them Barbie dolls and race cars.
I mean, you could, and then you take the Barbie dolls and you kind of flip them around and you talk about the birds and the bees and.
Well, I mean that's for Uncle Jeffy to talk about.
No, see, that's the problem is they make them all smooth down there.
It's hard to get that explanation, right?
Yeah.
On a normal person.
So, are you artistic?
Are you saying take a Sharpie to the Barbies?
I mean, you could, if you could sculpt some clay, you could make just a little tiny penis and stick it to Ken, and I mean, all it takes is a X-Acto knife to fix Barbie.
On that note, I'm gonna try to get my headphones working.
Wonder what part of that conversation John heard.
No microphone.
Fuck.
Now
I can hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or were you just reading my lips?
No, we can hear you.
Okay, good.
You said I'm a Barbie girl.
Speaking of lips, did you come in at the right Barbie conversation?
No, I heard headphones working was the first thing I heard.
Oh.
So I didn't get any Barbie conversation, sorry.
Oh,
probably for the best.
Something just to go back and listen to the pre-show on, I guess.
Fair enough.
Testing, how's that?
Good.
Yeah. We may actually
in my ear for a second.
Actually be fully into the book today. Maybe.
Really?
Possibly. Depends.
Exciting time.
How do you spell that image you just sent me, John? Faeryn?
UN. It's actually and it's got a doohickey above the U.
Dot dot.
A dot dot.
An umlaut?
An umlaut. It's Faerun.
I will be right back. I just remembered I have a great axe and I'm gonna need more D12s potentially.
I am going to open
The
up your
underutilized die.
Yes, it is.
Your mom's an underutilized die.
Oh, you can't say that.
Oh, my bad. I just did.
Yeah, he's got 2 sisters, 3 children. She wasn't underutilized. Oh God, that was an awful thing to say.
That is awesome. You go with your bad self, John.
That was a completely awful thing to say.
Glorious. That is absolutely glorious.
Wow, that was holy shit. I'm ashamed of myself.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like awful, honestly.
Nah, you said worse.
Oh yeah, I've definitely said worse, but damn, was that sexist?
It wasn't sexist. It was just
Are you kidding me?
kind of
Well,
Woman treated as not
okay, maybe a little
absolutely
sexist.
sexist.
All right, maybe a little bit. I was trying to dig you out of the hole.
Completely joking. Ladies out there that are paying attention, I apologize. That was an awful thing to say.
John says, "Hello, ladies."
Yeah. And just call everyone in our chat room ladies. Like my drill sergeant used to. All right, ladies. Time to get up. Actually, it was usually a garbage can being thrown down the middle of the barracks, but
Well, that sounds mean.
oh yeah. That was me. Oh. What am I doing? I'm trying to bring up my.
So exciting times, Christmas time, game day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was Santa good to everybody?
There's an Oculus Quest 2 somewhere in this house now.
Oh, nice.
Sitting over here. That was kind of a family gift for me and my kiddos.
I heard
To which they're all grounded
My
down
wife-
at yours.
my wife just was telling me that you could play like Rift on Oculus. What is that
What's
other
Rift?
game?
Mist. Mist is the one that's got me jazzed. Like old school Mist, like 25 years ago, computer Mist. Yeah, they did a
That's
VR
awesome.
version of that. I'm kind of amped about trying that one out. That and of
That
course the
sounds-
Rogue Squadron. I'm letting Dave figure that one out though. He's trying to figure because his family got one as well.
Sure.
And so he's trying to figure out
Is it
how
a
to, because you got to
multiplayer
hook it to a
unit?
PC to get it to work, because the headset isn't powerful enough to run it by itself. So I'm letting him figure that out. He already said don't buy it on Steam because Steam doesn't work well with the
Oh.
Oculus, because they have their own VR headset.
Interesting.
Steam has a VR? Oh, Steam
Mhm.
VR. Huh.
Yeah, Steam VR.
Not just a clever name. It is what it is.
It is literally
Literally.
Steam VR. Just another way to watch
Speaking of
porn,
Steam.
people.
That's when
So-
you knew.
so basically you-
once they got the porn figured out, you knew the headsets would stick around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so John, so basically you just bought yourself a way for your kids to watch porn.
I didn't ask for it. My kids wanted it.
Yeah, you know why
Uh-huh.
now.
God,
Uh-huh.
you guys, trust me. I am trying to find ways to make sure stuff like that doesn't happen for my 13-year-old son.
So if he spends way too much time in his bedroom with the Oculus, you're gonna have to ask
No,
questions.
Oh my
the
God.
Oculus is in the living room.
Oh
And
my
you have
God.
to, and you
Aids in
have
the
to live stream it so that way we can all point and laugh. And
You can actually cast it to the television, which
Yeah.
is really cool.
you let me know and I'll get the rig set up.
That sounds awesome.
It lags on the TV though, like when you're playing Beat Saber, which is like the one game we have right now. Like what you're hearing coming out of the headset does not match the rhythm on the TV at all. It's like a good half second behind. It's like trying to play Guitar Hero when you had a TV that didn't have the proper refresh rate. You remember that?
Oh my god.
It's so awful.
I love Guitar Hero.
Dude, you would love Beat Saber.
Oh,
Have you seen Beat Saber?
I'll be right back.
No, I know nothing about it.
It is literally, you're in a 3D environment and there's blocks coming at you. And they have arrows on them. And you have lightsaber in each hand, basically. And you need to slice through the block. And it's to the rhythm of the music.
Oh,
It's freaking cool as hell, Ryan. You would dig it. Seriously. Just look up a video for Beat Saber at some point.
Genius
You're
is
muted,
on
Jeff.
mute, and he has no idea.
Yeah, he does.
You can leave it unmuted. There's nothing going on in here.
I do that to protect the audience, but one of my kids
From his flatulence.
friends, yeah, you should smell what's going on over here.
Smell it.
You smell what the
Smell what the
genius
doc
is
is cooking.
Yeah, one of my kids' friends had that game with the blocks,
Mhm.
whatever, and yeah, so everybody kind of got a turn. This was obviously a year ago because we haven't had anybody over, but so yeah, that was cool. And speaking of retro games, one of the kids got one of those little, it looks like a little Game Boy, but it's got Nintendo games on it, like 400 games.
Yeah.
And he's skimming through there. Chubby Cherub and Slalom are on there. We used to play those when we were little at
Oh
Grandma's
my
house.
god. Chubby Cherub.
Slalom.
Oh my god.
Yep. It doesn't save any scores or anything, so it's just to play. But yeah, it was funny.
Funny.
I'm on vacation. I've
You
been
can,
on vacation since Wednesday at noon, so and I have this whole entire week off. I go back on the 4th. I do a lot of writing
Look at
and a lot
you.
of playing of video games and a lot of reading.
Yeah, like every day I'm thinking, oh my goodness, it's Sunday. I missed the show. Oh no, wait, it's not Sunday yet. Because every day is a blur at this point.
Wednesday felt very much like Friday to me. I through Christmas Eve and Christmas, I completely lost track of what day of the week it was. I'm like, it's Friday,
Awesome.
right? No, it's Thursday.
Everybody should enjoy a little time off around the holidays.
Oh hell yeah! It's just so much easier, honestly. I started doing it years ago. Granted, I don't have nearly as many places to go as I did back then, for sad reasons, and of
Mhm.
course COVID. And I went one place this year, so
Yeah, we get to the point where both of my sets of grandparents, both Katie's sets of grandparents, our parents, and then our own houses and everyone lives in town, so you can't say no.
yeah.
And it just got to the point where it's like, well, we can't eat, but we can stop by on our way through to the next place. So,
Yep.
you know.
That's what Thanksgiving used to be, 4 places for me. Like back when Cass and I were dating, we'd go to my mom's, her mom's, and then both her grandparents. Not both her grandparents. How did that work? My parents, her parents. I forget. It was a mess though. It was like 3 or 4 places in one day. It's like, fuck. This is getting old.
We did the same thing. I mean, we used to like throw open our presents, then get on the road, go over to the Kukta side, then
Yep.
you know, throw everything in the back of the car, go over to the Larwell side. Like, it's crazy.
I have a lot of good memories of like large gatherings, and one of my favorite, like, and not just Christmas gatherings or Thanksgiving gatherings, but large gatherings of people at houses. One of my favorite memories is watching the Super Bowl in your basement, in your parents' basement, Gupta, with your family. That was the most entertaining Super Bowl to be at, with all the prop bets and everything. It was so damn cool.
Yeah, the Kukta side knows how to throw a party. There's no question about that.
Damn incredible. I'll just remember that.
Yeah, and my uncle or my cousin Chad, he does a great job of like creating the grid with like everybody's bets and everything like that, so everybody can see, when something happens, like check the board. It's crazy.
Yep.
I miss those. That would be awesome to get that together again.
Maybe not this
Not
year, but
today.
maybe next year. Next year, not this coming Super Bowl, but the one following. Maybe we do a big Super Bowl gathering and do that. That'd be a blast.
I would love to. Yeah.
So you got for today, you got the initiative order, all that from last week.
Yep.
Set to go. Okay, cool.
Crixus was the last one to act, correct?
I was the
yeah,
only one to act, right?
Yeah. The
Oh,
cat
the
went
cat
and
did as
missed,
well.
and then Crixus guiding bolted the one by Aranon, and I think it would have likely been Aranon's turn unless another cat came up.
It was my turn.
So
All right.
I'm gonna have to be out right at 10. My niece is swinging by to drop something off, I think. So I've
Swinging, really?
I've
Like
got a-
Spider-Man?
hard out at 10.
Oh.
You can get the heart out, otherwise you're gonna end up with kids.
Ah, right. That's just awkward.
You know what I'm talking about.
That is weird. Because you're talking about your niece.
You stop it. Yeah, that's the face you should be making.
The face I should have made when I made the comment earlier too, instead of laughing.
No, the comment earlier was funny.
Oh, that's funny.
and right when I walked away with no headphones, I missed the best. I'm gonna have to watch the replay.
Do we tell
I
him
think-
now, or do we
I
let him
think it
just
was-
explode on his own?
No,
I'll-
let him figure it out.
I'll watch it anyway. So
I think the comment was made almost because you walked away, Jake.
Yeah.
yeah, maybe I should walk away more often.
When you do hear the
Just don't.
comment, go ahead and send me a message, and I'll apologize. I'm gonna refresh my coffee quick.
All right, sounds good.
In bathroom.
Genius.
Now would be a good time to bring us in. Oh.
Did you add the Bulwark Smasher to Doc?
Yes, I did. I think I have to refresh this because it should say Bulwark Smasher. Using two tablets, and I think the one didn't refresh.
Oh, you 2-tablet system now. That's pretty elite of you.
The problem is when I think they're right in line with each other, and I feel like they mess with each other in the pecking order.
Just gonna
Weird.
delete it from my inventory at some point.
I'm certain I changed the name of it, but it doesn't show that. Alright, let's check on here. It might look like I'm frozen, but I'm not. I swear I typed that in.
Trust you.
I need to update my inventory, I think. I think I'm missing a couple things.
This was
Oh.
Bulwark Smasher. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
just like that one in Beth and Scott's little yeah, oh yeah, that one. Tom, someday you're gonna have to hear that. Beth and Scott on their Wednesday night, they record the show, and then they piece together a little back and forth between me and Ryan that never actually happened with clips, and it's hilarious.
That does sound fun.
It exists somewhere. I could probably find it and send it to you because I think Scott posted the clip in our group.
Yeah, it's either on Facebook or on Discord, one of the two.
Say how what?
Our Wednesday night group, they record it and put together a little clip of a back and forth between me and Ryan that never actually took place with sound clips, and it's hilarious.
Awesome.
Good morning, Mr. Jack Marsh. Just a little house cleaning before we start the show. We have the channel made, Jack. We have your role in Patreon set up, and JC is now in charge of creating a poll. So in theory, he can do it this week.
Yes,
I got a poll
it should be
for
this
you.
week. Norm, I'm gonna need a refresher. So at some point today, maybe hop on or something, and I'll talk to you about it, or I'll text you about it.
Yeah,
Just how to
literally
create it and stuff.
look at the bot, type
I know
help.
it's super simple.
Yeah, it literally walks you through. If you type the whatever the exclamation point thing was to create the the poll, do the regular poll,
Okay.
because then you can restrict it and you can kind of edit it a little bit. But it like you input something and then you hit enter, and then it literally bumps down to the next line and says, okay, do you want to do this? And it gives you options. You just type in A, B, C, D, yes, no. What are
Oh,
your options?
fantastic.
Yeah, it's trust me, you'll be able to do. If I can figure it out, you can do it.
We'll see what
No
kind of sense of
joke.
humor Jack has, because there'll be options. I've been thinking about things to do. So
All right. I'm gonna put us to start.
Can't wait.
hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Two Nerds, One Quest. I am your host and DM, JC, here with three nerds. The man on the ones and twos, leaning back, stretching, showing off the Aaron Rodgers jersey, soon to be the NFC top seed. Crossing the fingers. That's Norm, Tom M. Norman, Aaron on.
They are the
course.
top seed. He is soon to be the NFL MVP, and hopefully Super Bowl MVP.
I thought they had to win yet today to be the top seed.
Nope, they have
To clinch it, to lock it in, they do.
To lock
Yep.
it in.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
have
I'm
New
talking
Orleans. They have New Orleans by a game and a half right now.
Of course, that other voice you hear is Jeff Doc Williams,
Good morning, everyone.
our lore master, our resident rules guy, and all that fun stuff.
Our Lord and
last but not-
Savior.
Did you say our Lord and Savior?
I did.
Sometimes it feels that way. Then, of course, the final box, the man with the plan, Ryan Crixus Kukta.
Boomtown, get him.
I can't believe you just called him a box.
The
I deserve it.
final box.
Clean though.
Yeah. Pre-show, folks. Pre-show. You gotta watch it. A lot of box talking pre-show.
Unintentional.
Yeah.
I mean, does anyone want to recap last week?
I can do it.
Of course you will.
Okay, Doc.
Be real quick so we can get into this. Spent a little bit of time in Fire Shear in the morning. We procured a map from a map maker, Gnome. I think she was a gnome with everything in her hair. Stopped by a blacksmith to put a handle on an axe and not steal any gold or silver or other precious metals.
Thought about it for a hot minute.
Picked up the dogs from the very fancy dog groomer and hit the restaurant, threw some snacks in some bags, and hit the trail. On the trail, noticed paw prints, big and little, and just about the time we were having that discussion, one of them decided to make an attack. Aranon got in the way, stopped the cat from attacking the dogs, and we initiated combat, leaving off after Crixus fired a guiding bolt at Craig the cat, I think it was.
Craig.
And dealt some damage, and we're in it.
All right. Craig
Boomtown.
and Cat. Fighting Craig and Cat. You know what I need to do? I need that stat block. But the next person up in this order after the guiding bolt on Craig, which succeeded, is Aranon. So he has advantage on his next attack, correct?
I do.
Because it was a successful guiding bolt.
And if I remember correctly, I have short sword in hand. So I am going to
Oh my god.
I didn't even make my
Beyond,
choice
please
yet.
verify you are a human. No, I'm trying to open up the stat block. It says, I opened up D&D Beyond. It says, please verify you're a human. I've never seen that box before.
Well, that should be very simple, to be honest.
It's clicking a box, but yes.
Well,
So what
I
would you
mean,
like to do,
I thought-
Aaron?
It is D&D Beyond, so I mean, you could be an orc, you could be a... Well,
It's true.
Crixus is a tiefling.
I could be a dwarf.
Dwarf, half elf. You got lots of choices.
A Baxi.
All right, I am going to take my short sword and swing away.
Roll with advantage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
9. Nope, 12. Oh, wait,
9.
12.
With
12.
advantage?
Oh, with advantage? No.
With advantage, yes.
Really need that
I was
advantage.
distracted. Ooh, advantage helps. 23.
That is much better. Yes, that hits.
All right, and you get your sneak attack.
All right, so sneak attack. So I do this.
Why does he get his sneak attack? Out of
Because
curiosity?
a short sword has finesse. And he has advantage on the attack.
Oh, yes. Yep.
The
There we
rule
go.
that doesn't come into play as
the piece I was
much.
looking for. Like, what is it? Oh, yeah, it's advantage. That's right.
Yep.
So that's what I needed to know.
So
yes,
10
guiding
with
bolt.
10 with my regular damage, and then oh, this sucks. 4 with my 3d6. So 14.
Wow.
14?
A
1,
a 1, and a
1,
2?
2.
Gross.
That is gross.
1, 1, 2. Ouch.
Happens to even the
That is
best
actually-
looking of us.
Pretty poor. Slices through this beast's shoulder, and it screams in your face like a woman. It's
Got sliced in the shoulder.
unsettling. The fact that a humanoid type scream comes out of these creatures. Are you moving?
No, I'm
Do you wanna-
defending my dog.
Right.
Swing with your other hand? Got a dagger in your other hand?
I don't
something.
currently have anything in my other
Ooh.
hand. Can I do that?
I feel like you would.
Prep for
I
next
always
time.
assume if you're drawing one weapon, you're drawing both, unless you say otherwise.
Oh,
Being a rogue.
and I always assume I just draw the one that I say I draw.
Well, you had that one out because you made an attack with it pre-initiative. So you could have a second
Yeah.
one out there.
Yeah.
Right. So I am also going to take out my rapier. No, that's not
Kind of
light.
giving you the dual wield feat without actually you having it.
So it has to
not
be a
allow you to
finesse
do that.
weapon or light weapon, right?
Yeah. So it has to be light. And yeah,
It has to be like,
All right, so I'm gonna actually take out my dagger and try to skewer it in the side of the head,
in the side of the ear, the neck,
the ear hole.
kind of Elliot. I shouldn't
So
say
if
that
it's in my-
because
if
Elliot
it's-
could exist here.
If it's in my offhand, do I have to do anything special? Like, oh, never
You
mind.
don't get
just-
to add your
just-
bonus to it. It's just the weapon damage.
Yeah, so 1.
So 1.
1 does not hit.
More point. You sliced
better luck
1 to
next
hit.
one to
1 to hit does not hit. That's a nat 1.
Well,
We got to
he's-
do something for nat 1s.
I already feel shame. What else do you want?
shots on Sunday morning.
Shots on Sunday mornings. That sounds dangerous. Other games we do shots.
All right, finally, natural 1. Grab the hammer and slam it down on your hand.
There we go.
No, too much.
Good fail style.
That
Is that what that is?
That reminds me of an old awful joke. Anyways, Doc, you are up next.
Save it for the post show.
All right.
Remind me.
Pick up this new great axe, Bulwark Smasher.
That is a great axe.
Unfasten the cloak and let that drop so it doesn't get in the way. And can I get up to the one that's not by Aranon?
Sure, yeah.
All right. And I would like to be not between it and the dogs, but like perpendicular, so that so I'm kind of on the side of it in case anybody starts throwing fireballs or anything.
Okay.
And I will make my first attack.
You unhinge the cloak, revealing a actual kind of nice breastplate, and goes charging around to the side of this cat, and kind of, you guys, with how big these cats are, as he goes around, you kind of lose sight of him. See, like, yeah, it's hard to see Doc on the other side.
I'm assuming 12 does not hit.
12 does not hit.
All right, second attack. Natural 1. This is going well. Glad for bringing me along. I'm going to go ahead and use my action surge to take an additional action on my turn, and I will attack again. Oh man, it's
Finally.
not getting better. And
D&D people finally understand that. Did you use an action surge in the last fight? Does anyone know? Is this the first where we may know you're a warrior?
I
Yeah,
have
this is-
not.
This is the first
I
fight
mean, the
with Doc.
closest. Yeah, the closest thing I had to an attack was smashing that thief across the back, and
Yeah.
that's it so far. So action surge gives a fighter an additional action, and since I'm level 5 fighter, I get 2 attacks per action. So the fourth one, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Assuming that finally hits.
What happened to the third one?
All right. You don't want to know.
Fair enough.
All right, that's good. Let's see. 13 damage.
13 damages. All right. Cat
4
takes
swings
13.
and 1 hit. Gotta love it.
Let's get those out of the way. All right, that's it for me.
All right, Ellie is going to follow Doc in that direction. She will actually she's gonna do 2 things. She's gonna stay where she is. Can she do both of these things? That's the question.
Yes.
Oh, she cannot.
Hmm.
Because they're both leveled. Damn.
She's
so
a
what is
strong, empowered woman, John. She can do whatever she wants.
She can bend the laws of magic? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I God say no. Oh, she doesn't even have it, really? Wow, that's wild. Why
Somebody
did I
had to
not give her
apply
a
the
guiding
rules.
bolt?
What's that, Coach?
Somebody had to apply the rules.
Yeah.
Rules are meant to be broken.
So she's going to summon a spiritual weapon on the opposite side of the cat that Doc is fighting. And swing with that. We'll roll. For 18, that is definitely a hit.
Feels hit-ish.
Oh, yeah. For 12 damages. That is most excellent. Oh, hang on one second. I gotta read spiritual weapon.
It makes an attack roll when you cast it.
Yeah.
It's not a saving throw.
Nope. Yep.
It's a bonus action, so she can still cast a spell. I'm not sure what rule you're going for. I'm trying to throw them all out there.
Well, it's a bonus action, but it's first level spell, right?
Okay, yeah, that's right. It's gotta be a saving throw
Right.
thing. Okay. Then we are. That is actually no. She will move. She's gonna move up to that same cat because she can. I'm on the same front page. She's gonna swing at it because she can. With her mace to the face is 21 for
It's angry.
7 damages.
Protect that princess.
Excuse me. That cat is immediately going to turn around and swing at her. Because it just did a bunch of stuff to her. Oh, and it's going to fall on its face. That one. If it didn't have 4 legs, I would have it be prone right now. But it has 4 legs, so it's hard to go prone. And that is its one one action. It's one attack. Only gets one attack. That's bullshit. The other cat is going after. Let's see who's. Aranon was the last one that did it. So, Aranon, this thing's gonna try and bite you. Does a 14 hit you? Oh no, 11. Never mind. 11 does not hit you.
Neither one would hit me.
Okay.
I'm tough.
You so Dexy.
Back
I'm so
to
Dixie.
Crixus at the top.
All right, I will go up to the one that Crixus, or I'm sorry, that Aranon was engaged with, and I am going to whack at it with my hand axes.
Are you carrying a shield?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, interruption.
14 to hit.
14 hits it. Absolutely.
Ooh.
You're on the same one
Cool.
that Aranon's on, correct?
Correct.
All right. Yep, 14 absolutely hits it.
And that's 7 damage.
7 damages. Okay.
And then I am also going to cast a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And it is in the form of a whip. And I'm going to whip at that cat.
I did not state what Ellie's spiritual weapon was.
Think about it.
They're fighting cats, so it's got to be like a.
Yeah, it's a chair.
No, it's got to be
No, it's a
one of those
stool.
little things, the pole with the
Yeah,
mouse
what's
at the end.
stool? Or, yeah, one of those little cat toys.
Yeah, like, and she's whipping it with that. And she's got the
That's
little
too much.
cat dingly
I'm
thing at
going-
the end.
I'm going with the stool, like they're trying to tame these things. So we got the whip with Crixus and the stool with Ellie.
I love it.
Lion tamers.
16 to hit with the spiritual weapon.
Absolutely hits.
And then it will be 8
8
damage.
8 damages. Got it.
And then Crixus is just gonna shield up and go.
All right. Aranon, we are back to you, sir. Creepy screaming cats screaming in your face.
I'm gonna take the short sword and take another hack at it.
Okay.
I am bound and determined to protect my doggy. Nat 20.
Nice. And you get to roll your sneak attack because Crixus said he rolled up on it.
Yep, he's up against it, so you have, because it's engaged with another friend.
So that's
So that's considered critical hit, right? So I right click critical hit.
Yep.
Yep.
And it should hopefully also double your sneak attack dice.
So 14 on that, and then critical hit on sneak attack. Yeah, I just right click and it has the option. So there's 6d6. So 14 plus 17 is 31 points of damage.
You want to describe how this guy dies?
Short sword, huh? So it's not a rapier. I'm going to, as I swing, I'm coming down, and the thing is kind of ducking down to try and get out of the way. But the short sword just gets cleaved right through his head. So it goes down, and his head just pops open on both sides, just melons.
That thing
Splits
is
his head
short.
right in half.
You hit it. There's a sickening crunch, split, and blood kind of goes, and over his white fur and the white snow, it stands out like bright red in the snow, and your sword actually comes through clean. It doesn't hang up or anything, And you kind of see this pulsing, gaping wound as this blood just kind of pours out of this cat's head, and it slumps forward.
Christmas.
Uh,
Filthy animal.
Merry Christmas, yeah, right.
Deserved it. It was naughty.
He's on the naughty list. You're an elf, right?
Half elf.
Half elf. Oh, close enough. The elf would know that he's on the naughty list.
So I'm only half aware that he's naughty.
Sure.
You got the naughty half of the list.
The naughty half of the list. Yeah, you don't know who's good. You just know who's naughty. That brings up Doc.
All right. Well, I will just try to keep on swinging.
Just a swing.
19 to hit.
Yep, 19 absolutely hits.
7 damage.
7 damages.
Second
Okay.
attack.
Your
17 to hit.
17 hits.
Shook off that first
And-
round jitters.
10 damage.
10 damages. No one looks. He's looking a bit weaker than he was.
Yeah, that seems like a good turn. I'll be done.
All right, Ellie is going to. Oh, my mouse does not carry over to my Chromebook. Ellie is going to mace to the face, as she does. And she stumbles in the snow and actually has to put her hand down to hold herself up as she misses. Her spiritual weapon comes through from the other side. Find it. Here it is. 17 to hit, absolutely. For her. Ooh, and then a 6 on the D8 for 10 damages.
Very nice.
There we go. And that brings us back to the cat, which is going to swing at her because she's the last to swing at it. Wow. These cats are not doing so hot today. Swings at Ellie and misses.
They're expecting a bird meal and they got, something a little fiercer.
So, it's like one of those, I don't know. Yeah. One of those animal videos you see where the animal thinks he's got the upper hand and then suddenly it's like, oh, this is more than I bargained for.
There's always a bigger one.
Yep, there's always a bigger fish.
Thought it was a raccoon, turns out it's a porcupine.
Yeah, something like that. Thought it was a squirrel, turns out it was a skunk. Crixus. You saw Aranon cleave open the head of this one in front of you. You do have a bit of blood on you from it. You turn to see a spiritual weapon swing and hit the other cat. You don't see Doc. You can see Ellie's nearby, near its face.
How far away is the other cat?
About 30 feet. You can move into melee if you wanted to.
I will.
I think your spiritual weapon can probably move over there too.
Yeah. I'll first move the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I mostly just want the visual of the whip and the chair. So
Yeah.
I will attack there. Ooh, 23 to hit. Good strong
Yeah,
presence.
connects.
4 damage.
4 damage.
Whip it good.
It's not the first time that's come up.
Nope.
No.
And it will not be the last.
And
I'm
then
sure. it won't.
I'll go back and kind of attack the midsection with my hand axe.
All right.
Only 11 to hit.
That misses.
Yeah.
You're
Alright.
pushing through the snow. It's like knee-high snow, and you're kind of charging through. And as you get there, you go to swing, and you realize, I should have taken another step before I got there.
All right, that's it.
It is Crixus. Of course, Aranon stood up, when he needs to be fighting. So, Aranon is. Let's see, what would he do? He's watching.
I think he'd
blood.
throw a dagger.
You think he'd throw a dagger?
Scratch his balls.
We'll see what he would like to do. Timing was kind of awful, Norm. It's your go, dude.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Dog wanted to get out.
Oh, that's fair enough. I don't blame him. These cats are scary.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm gonna put away my short sword and dagger and pull out my bow.
Okay, so you drop them. You can't stow them. You got to drop them because it would be an action to put them away. But you can drop them and grab your bow and shoot.
Fine. I drop them by my feet, so I remember to pick them up.
Okay.
We'll see
Just
if you
remember to pick them up.
Yeah, right. All right, so short bow. 23.
23 hits. Absolutely hits.
Come on, big numbers. Nice. 10.
Excellent. 10 damages. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm gonna.
I was gonna say probably not.
hide under
Honestly,
the snow.
No, I'm going to actually.
hide under the snow. That's not a bad idea. Pop up.
I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
That'll work.
Rambo.
Drop down into the snow.
Well, because I'm on one side of my dog sled, right?
You could hide behind the other cat. You could hide down in the snow. You're kind of. So I'm kind of picturing this as the line of dog sleds is here.
Mm-hmm.
You're up here in the front, like you guys were headed this way. You're up here in the front, in between these two.
Mm-hmm.
This being the cat, your dog sled here. You're here. Other fight is going on over here. Doc is over here. Ellie's weapon's here. She's here. Crixus's weapon is here, and he's moved up and swung between the weapons and missed. So you're over here. You
Yep.
could get behind this cat to hide, or you could just drop down into the snow to hide.
Because I was gonna say, if we have provisions and stuff on our sled, that would have some cover too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you could get around the backside of your sled and hide back there, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna stay by Prince and hunker down behind my sled.
Start making
Okay.
a snow fort.
That makes sense. Doc.
Just attacking. This is a great axe. 21 to hit,
That hits.
13 damage.
How does this thing die?
Since it's facing the other, or kind of the other way from me, sort of, I'm gonna go for a spinal shot.
Spinal shot?
Yeah, probably near the base of the tail. Give it a nice, awkward ending.
So you wind it up with this great axe, and you like catch it like right at the back of the hips almost, and sever pretty much it's from right in front of its legs to just under its tail, and that whole chunk just kind of slides off, and it turns to see what happened and just falls out to the side dead, and blood just kind of spills out onto the snow. There's a severed tail with a large chunk of meat on the end of it. That if the fight were continuing, you could probably pick up and use as an improvised weapon. Would have been fun.
Oh, yeah. Haunches.
And then I guess look around to see if there's any more or anything else threatening.
You look around. It's suddenly relatively quiet, and as you look around, you hear just a small mewing of like 3 little ones. You don't see them, but you hear them.
All right, I can be done with my turn if we're still in initiative.
And we're out of initiative.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to get up from behind the sled and look around, and then go back and pick up my short sword and dagger, put my stuff away, and check on Prince.
Prince looks fine. You got there before the cat could even touch him. He's a little jumpy, a little growly, but that's Prince.
I was gonna say, what else is new?
Exactly right. Doc, do you search at all for the other cats? And anyone that's on that cat, Crixus, Ellie, the three of you here. Ellie dismisses her spiritual weapon.
Okay, yeah, I'd probably talk to them and see, like, is our plan to... I mean, we have to take a rest here to rest the dogs, but are we going to do anything more with if the baby cats are around, or harvesting some pelt?
Yeah, well, first of all, no, we're not gonna do anything with the babies. Well, I'm not. You guys do whatever the hell you want. I'm going to take a look at the cat that was dropped right by me, the one I fought, and then see if I can get anything off of it. Harvest the pelt or whatever.
Let's see what we got here. Ellie's like, she's torn.
Yeah.
She's like, I hear them.
Tough to just walk away.
Yeah.
Not much we can do about that. They attacked us. I wouldn't feel bad.
Understood, but I think about those three. If they do survive, that could be more people like us that aren't aware or is.
So
mercy
wanna
killing,
go?
is that what you're
Yeah.
doing?
Do you want to go into the woods and finish
I
it
don't
off?
want to. No, I don't want to. I don't even want to say what I just said. See a tear just kind of roll out of her eye. She's just like beside herself, and it's awful.
I'm gonna throw my hands up in the air. I'm gonna go look for the babies before I harvest the adult.
She called.
Crixus was gonna say it's the natural order of things.
As you go walking away, Ernan, she just calls your name. Do you look back or stop her at all?
I'm just gonna keep going.
She calls again. She says, Ernan,
What?
make it quick for them, please.
What the hell you think I'm gonna do? Like toy with them? I'm gonna turn her back around and keep walking.
She sighs and she goes over to Princess. Check on her dog.
What's Crixus doing?
Yes, Crixus, sorry.
Shaking his head in a disappointed way, and then just going back to the dogs to feed them and water them while we're stopping.
Okay.
Doc would probably go with Aranon, but at a little bit of a distance to let him do his stealth thing. But in case he needs an axe to do a job.
Ernan, you find him without much issue. There's a little depression in the snow that looks like it was almost padded out as a resting place. And they're kind of in there wrestling and pawing and being cute with each other.
I'm gonna take out one of my daggers, and first, before I actually crawl up on him, I'm going to look around to see if there are any adults. I'm gonna kind of look
Make a
around.
perception check.
Ten.
You don't see any other adults or sign of any other ones. You see how the two of them left this area.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any trace of any other ones around there.
All right. I'm gonna go up to him, say, "Sorry, little dudes," and take out my dagger and
So you
Shit,
grab the
kabobble.
first one as you pick the first one up to shish kebab it. It paws at you, and one runs up and just kind of screams at you. This little cute scream and jumps on your leg and "Rawr!" Doesn't scratch you at all. It's like nearly harmless.
Yep. I'm going to just ignore it. Stuff to do, but I am going to.
Deep breath, one by one,
Mm-hmm.
putting them back in the snow. Doc, it's a little scary watching Aranon do this, but he has almost a switch in his head where he can just shut down any emotion he might feel in a situation to do stuff like this. And he takes care of you.
If it doesn't look like he needs help, Doc will just stand at a reasonable distance.
Doesn't seem to need help at all. You just leave him laying there in the snow.
I'll cover him with the snow.
Okay. You head back. When you get back to the wagons, Ellie is still just snuggling with Princess and rubbing her and scratching her behind her ears and patting her back and stuff. And
Before I came back, I cleaned off my knife in the snow so that way there wouldn't be any blood on it, so Ellie wouldn't freak out.
does care a little bit, folks.
I just don't want to have to deal with her complaining to me about it. Watching her.
It may be in self-interest, but he does care a little bit. When you get
Crixus
back
is
to the
just
spot.
playing on the loot by the time they get back.
Anything appearing?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make a cat.
Make a
Like
cat.
the battle.
Playing the tale of the battle. Make a performance check.
$17.
17, yeah. There's you actually see the shapes kind of form in the snow, and a recreation of the battle, the chair, the whip, the dock, just everybody. And there are these two Craig cats, the sleds. You actually do a very good job at recreating this. Could be better, but it's actually really good. If you're watching it, you would understand what was going on. Aranon, as you head back, you said you had wanted to harvest the cats. So I need a survival check from you.
I'll assist.
Okay. So you have advantage on these. Actually,
11 on
two
one,
survival checks.
and ooh, nice. 24 on the other.
Yep. You are able to. One's a little. One's almost like the first one you do. You're kind of cutting away the hide with the knife, and it's a little sloppy. Where the legs are, it got a little ugly. But you learned from the process of doing it. The second one's nearly pristine. So you can put 2 cat hides, Craig cat hides, in your inventory.
Craig spelled like the name?
No, Crag. Craig, like a crag.
Oh, Craig. I
Craig.
think you're calling it Craig. I see the
well,
cat named Craig.
I was.
Name.
Yeah.
That was his name, Craig and Cad. But
Craig, he owned like 50 cats, and just the door got left open, and they just ran out.
he was a crazy cat man. There was stuff you had to do. Sorry. The cat man do.
Ouch.
All right. Ouch. Ouch is right. So you guys rest the dogs. Proceed to move on your way. As you're looking at the map, Crixus, you guys have been kind of following along. There is a... and I actually need to pull this map up myself now that I've done this. There's a city off to the east that's marked on there, but there is a definite line around the city that gives you the idea that you probably shouldn't go near it. In fact, it's got like frowny faces on it, and it's along the line there are like dots kind of connected. It is marked as Ironmaster. It's the name of this city. So you realize you're probably getting kind of close to it. I need you to make a perception check. All of you can actually make a
Yep.
perception check.
I don't see it.
18.
4.
18. 4. Okay.
17.
17. And let's see what Ellie's got. No, Ellie doesn't see it either. Doc and Ernan, what you see in the distance are actually several large pillars spaced probably about 100 meters apart. And when they point that out, Ernan, or Crixus, looking at the map, you'd realize that's probably the dots along this line. Almost like a territorial marking or something like that.
I mean, I'll turn around and say, it appears that's noted as Ironmaster. We should likely not visit that. Is there any interest in stopping there?
The only thing you know, Doc, is that Ironmaster is a dwarven settlement.
I've heard of Ironmaster. I know the dwarves live there, but that's all I can recall.
So it's not like a full town. It's just a. Would somebody there? Do you think, Doc, would they be able to fix my spyglass?
Dwarves aren't necessarily known for their craftsmanship of those types of tools. They're more into weapons and items of stone and masonry. I wouldn't expect that the dwarves would be that capable. I'd maybe look for some elves or maybe a larger human city.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything? Do we need to look for more weapons or sell anything off? I guess I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know that it'll be any fancier than what we find in 10 towns.
Correct. So this talk, as you're looking at the map and kind of listening to this talk, it's unsettling you a bit because there is a big ass frowny face next to the city.
It appears someone has warned us against stopping here. Unless we would have direct business, I feel we need to move on and quickly to do so.
All right, I'm down for that. Trust the map until we don't trust the map, I guess.
All right, if we've been going for an hour, we probably have to stop and feed our horses or feed our dogs. But
Yep. Stop, you feed your dogs. As you're feeding the dogs, you can see you're probably maybe like 100 meters or so from this border where the road trails through. Make perception checks as you're just kind of, you have your camp set up and
better. 18.
18. Okay, that's good. Ernan, have a perception check. Let's see what Ellie's got. Ellie does not see. Ellie is still a little distraught about the cubs. And she isn't crying about it anymore, but she didn't like what had to be done.
Ernan perception check.
He's ones and twosing.
All right, what am I? Oh, 21.
Perception. 21. Okay. You and Chris both actually see a dwarven patrol. Walking from one of these pillars to another. They're just patrolling the edge. And it's actually kind of difficult to see because it's like you see this much of them in the snow from like here up.
They've got a nice worn path that they follow.
Yep, right along the edge of these columns.
Yeah.
They appear to see you
I mean,
guys.
Crixus.
They don't come out to greet you or anything. They just keep making their patrol.
So Crixus will remind our team, remember, convey no hostile intent.
Why is everybody looking at me? I'm gonna flip my hood up.
Aranon. Ellie says. Looks like you're trying to hide. Just be natural.
God damn it. Put my hood back down.
Something you've noticed as you've gone on, it's dark now. Like it got dark quick as you traveled from where you were to here. Over the course of this day, the skies become night-like, and you know it's much earlier than it should be to be night-like. And as you're kind of observing this, you see them walking by. The night is illuminated by a shimmering, magic Aurora Borealis style light in the sky. Although it's mid-afternoon right now. You guys, it doesn't surprise you at all. You understand that they're dealing with an eternal night, but this is the first time you've actually seen.
So is it cloudy? Are there stars?
It is clear. You see stars and this magical light above you.
Is there any indication of where the sun should be?
No,
Nothing?
nothing.
Hmm.
Almost as if there's some sort of, hard to say. It's weird. It's nighttime.
So it's like this all the time, huh? Depressing.
I don't know. I think it's kind of beautiful. Ellie smiles.
You
She's
would.
kind of looking up at them.
I mean, when you grow up underground, this is brighter than that, so.
You grew up underground?
In the caves, yeah. Mining.
Okay. I often forget dwarves. Yeah, most of your civilizations are underground. That makes sense.
That's beautiful for now, but it would get old fast not seeing any indication of the light.
I suppose you're right. That's...
That is why the people need our help.
Yes. All right. Well, shall we head on?
Yeah.
The monoliths, those stone things are giving me the creeps.
Yeah, not much is gonna be accomplished by staring at the sky.
Okay, so you guys head on into hang on a second, I gotta find this. Okay, here we go. So you guys head on into the eternal night. And you come across and here's something you noticed is that there's no moon in the sky tonight. It is a new moon. And you come across the first of 10 towns. Late. You do see it in the distance. And instead of trying to spend a night in the freezing cold, makes sense to push in. Get this because it's only another hour away when you first see it. The town you arrive in is probably the largest of all of 10 towns. It's Bryn Shander. As you pull into the town, there is some commotion going on, and you don't realize this, but this is actually and I shouldn't say commotion. There's an event going on in the northern edge of town that you hear people out and about, which you don't know this yet, but that's unusual here. It is so cold that for the majority of people will spend the time indoors. They do their work indoors. They only go outside to travel from place to place. And most of the time when they're outside, a citizen of 10 Towns or Bryn Shander looks relatively the same. It looks like a bundle of clothing. And you guys realize that the warm weather clothing you bought down south, it's not quite cutting the mustard. It is biting cold. But as you enter the town, there's a large group of people gathered. And there are 4 people on a stage. One of them seems like they're tied up. And as you're approaching, you see them untie this person and start taking the clothing off of them, the warm weather clothing and everything, stripping them down to their skivvies. They retie up their wrists and then proceed to hang them from a pole, like a hangman's pole, by their wrists out on the northern edge of town. And just as they're hoisting them up, you kind of arrive to see what is going on.
I'm gonna look at Crixus and say, boy, this sure doesn't look promising.
You thought Luskin was bad.
Well, we're gonna enter the town anyway, right? So, is there any nearby townsfolk that we could engage in conversation with, without distracting
There's
the
some on
crowd?
the edge. Like the crowd is kind of more compact towards the stage, and as you back up, that it's like any concert or any gathering where people are watching something. As you get further back, they're spaced out a bit more. And yeah, there are a couple people in back that you could talk to. It's hard to tell what any of them are. You don't know elf. You could guess dwarf by height or Goliath by height, but other than that, they all kind of look like bundles of cloth.
Can I find a nearby elf?
Maybe
Maybe by height?
Maybe it might be a human. You can find someone in that range. Sure. Yeah.
Sure. And then I'd like to get close enough to that individual and close enough where I could assess their race.
Make a perception check.
Yep. 15.
15. You can't really. It's very, very difficult. What you basically get is that much of them, and unless you get a real good look at their eyes, and some of them that's set in like a good 3 inches from there, so it's all shady. Telling people apart is very difficult.
I'll pick an individual approximately my height, and I will speak in common tongue, and I'll say, what was the accused? What are they being hung for?
The head kind of turns to look at you, and you hear a muffled voice from inside say, "They aren't accused. They were the lottery winner, for the sacrifice to Oral."
I look back to my crew and make sure that they heard that.
They didn't. They wouldn't.
Okay.
It's hard to hear through the muffledness.
And then I'll say back, do all the towns perform such a ritual?
Most of some sort. There's sacrifices made to Oral. We are a large enough city. We sacrifice ourselves to Oral. Every new moon, there is a sacrifice made, and a lottery drawn at noon, and at midnight, they're brought forth. This one's better than most. He's older and he doesn't have any family. He went relatively willingly. Some of them, it's a screaming, chaotic mess as they try and get them up there. But all
Alright.
those over the age of 18 are in the lottery to be sacrificed, and it's for the good of the town. Some of the towns offer up whales. Some of them offer up their heat. They do not start fires or have any form of warmth through the night on the new moon.
Indeed.
All depends on the size of the city, and yeah, it's never easy to do.
Thank you for that gift of knowledge, good sir. And then I will take a silver out of my pocket and give the individual a piece of silver.
He kind of put it in this big mitt, and he kind of just puts his other hand over it and kind of just hold it. He doesn't really have a good way to go into pockets. And you get the idea looking at them that they are bundled up, and you kind of shiver a little bit against the cold and go, they may need to find where they got their stuff.
Yeah, right.
And as the body is hung, there's the guy that's kind of leading it all. You hear some voice. You can't make out what he's saying, but he kind of arms in the air and kind of looks to the sky and yells something out. And the crowd then disperses and everyone kind of heads back to their home. And it takes about 5 minutes, and the place is a ghost town. Other than this body.
So in that 5 minutes, I head back to our group and kind of explain what was explained to me, that the presence of Oral has really sculpt the landscape and the towns where most of them provide a sacrifice to Oral in order to, to maintain her favor. And in this town, they sacrifice live individuals from the town through a lottery system.
I'm gonna look at Crixus and say, "Man, that's fucked up."
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna respond back and say that our task is more important than we could have ever imagined.
Ellie's incredibly quiet. Like she's beside herself that a city would do this.
Suppose 5 minutes in the cold is a long time when you don't have warm clothes on and you're strapped to a pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of warm clothes, I am freezing my nuggets off. Let's find a place to store the dogs, and let's get a beer.
My boots are not adequate for the depth of this cold.
No.
We should find some better clothier.
Agreed.
All right, let me find this. Sorry.
I don't suppose you asked that guy where we could hole up for the night, huh?
It was not the nature of our conversation.
All right.
So, you guys are able to find. Let's see. Oh, I have a map of Bryn Shander. Yeah, this is actually this is a super large city, and I will get you this map at some point. But here's Bryn Shander. You've actually
Good
Oh.
God.
entered into this. It's on a cliff, overlooking kind of a basin where you can see from, if you were out at the edge of it, you could see a few other of the 10 towns.
I think priority one is to find somewhere to board the dogs.
Agreed.
You'd be able to find, after a little bit of looking and asking around, you'd be able to find that the Northlook Inn and Tavern is available. They'd have lodging for the dogs as well.
What was it called?
The Northlook, one word, Northlook.
Faces south.
Kind of ironic, don't you think?
It's, as you walk in to the Northlook, you stow the dogs. Much better feeling about the stable master here. A Goliath woman that is instantly, oh, they're such sweethearts, and scritching them, and we'll get you some food, right, and warm, and like very much like the complete opposite of the asshole fire shear. She takes them and you feel much better. She mentions that she'll tell the bartender or the innkeeper that you have these dogs and these many sleds and everything that'll be factored into your room cost. As you enter the inn, there are a wide array of people in here, mercenaries, old people at the bar drinking, the stories that are being told, there's like fanciful stories being told. It's actually a big ass hearth with a huge fire going. It is a complete like world change when you go inside here, from the bitter cold silence of almost a ghost town to this bustling inn with several people, mercenaries, town folk telling stories, and travelers. Not a lot of travelers. It's more like mercenary work. It's kind of a rough crowd, but not everyone seems rough. You get the idea that there are some locals that do show up here to drink stuff. There is as you walk in, there is a stuffed and mounted, what the hell type of fish is this called again?
Knucklehead trout.
Yes, the knucklehead trout on the wall, on a plaque.
Just go with it.
Yep. There's a knucklehead trout on a plaque on the wall with this gold plate underneath it that says Old Bitey. 5-6 feet away.
Old Bitey, huh?
Old Bitey.
Ask the innkeeper about that when she comes out.
Do any of you approach it out of curiosity? You see it on the wall.
Old Bitey?
Yeah.
Alright. Doc?
Doc's seen some products of these towns that have passed through so he's aware of what it is and what they use it for. So he's like, oh, look, there's one of those things.
One of what things? Ellie says.
Those knucklehead trout. They make statues and fancy things out of them. Really expensive. Further south you go, because they're hard to come by.
She goes walking over to it, and suddenly the damn thing bends at its middle and starts singing. It says, "There's a place I like to go, farther up the river's flow. Where it is, I do not know. It must be under all the snow. And then it flips back against the wall.
Well, that's new.
Grixis laughs out loud.
Different, Ellie says.
I'll have to add that
Little
to
shot.
my bard repertoire.
Is that thing motion
And
censored?
because I'm a goofball that would do that, I'm not making that crap up. It's in the book. It's actually in the book.
Awesome.
I love D&D sometimes. But you're looking around the Northbrook. There is a lot of conversation going around, and you're hearing bits and pieces of it. Some of it talking about the sacrifice being made tonight, but more so than that, would you think that would be kind of a big deal in a town like this? That the sacrifice would be the thing everyone would be talking about. But you're hearing bits and pieces of murder. Like there have been a couple of murders recently. Little unsettling to hear. That seems to kind of be the general. One was talking about. Oh crap! I'm on the wrong page. Oop doo. Go back here. Yeah. Sorry. Finding this.
Okay.
Yeah. There's you hear mention of there was a trapper in East Haven that was murdered. You think you're hearing there's a different group talking about a murder, and you think it may be the same one, but then someone mentions it was a human, a shipbuilder. And then it kind of shakes your confidence a little bit here, Doc, as you hear that the last one was 3 days ago, and it was a dwarven glassblower right in Bryn Shander that was murdered. And you didn't think anything of it at first. Fights happen, people get murdered, but as you're hearing each one of these stories, they each have this. Each one of these bodies was found with a dagger of ice through the heart.
As side note, as we're walking through and as we're in, I am occasionally throwing out the shocker, throwing out my thieves. Just see if there's somebody I can get a hold of.
As make a perception check, or not, as you're throwing out the shocker and kind of looking around.
21.
21. You don't notice anyone responding back to the thieves' cant, but in the corner, smoking a long wooden pipe, is a kind of rough looking dwarven female. She's got her feet up on a chair. She's got a pint of ale in one hand, and she's smoking on her pipe in the other hand. She's been watching you guys since you entered.
All right, I'm gonna keep an eye on her and nudge Doc and say, keep an eye on her. She seems like she's aware. Like she seems like she would be useful. Keep an eye on her, and I may ask you to go speak with her.
Okay. Point of question for did the group tell Doc what their overall mission is? I don't remember if that came up or if that would have been a side convo or if it was just, hey, we're traveling companions for now.
I don't think that came up yet.
Nope, not
Well,
yet.
now would be a great time for Doc to ask some questions.
Okay. So, I know you guys were pretty intent on getting to 10 towns, as was I. Do you guys have a plan, a mission? You guys seem pretty excited to get to some business here.
A friend inquired upon our service to head north and identify the source of the endless night and hopefully rectify this issue. However, it's larger than I believe that we initially expected the issue to be.
Do you have a plan?
Well, we're headed north. We don't really know.
I'd say we're pretty well north now, Aaron.
Yeah, yeah. Plan as in what are we gonna do now that we're here? No, we have. We I guess I speak for myself when I say I had no idea what we were gonna find or what was even this far north. So I guess after tonight we should probably have some sort of plan, I guess. But as of right now, not so much.
Our plan was to head north and investigate, Doc. You seem to have a bit more familiarity with the northern regions. Are you interested in continuing your travels with us, or will your service take you elsewhere?
Well, I guess now's as good a time as any to tell you a little more truth about my story. I'm not actually necessarily been completely truthful with you guys. I just needed to get north. My name's not actually Derek, and I'm not actually from Mithril Hall. I'm
You're running from someone. Ellie says.
Kinda. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if anyone's chasing me. I'm not sure if I was that important.
I think it would be in your best interest to elaborate.
And quickly, sir.
Okay. The story that I told you was kind of blended between me and a story I heard while traveling about a different dwarf. I grew up actually in pretty far to the south in a average dwarven community in an average mining cavern. I tried to follow the footsteps of a great uncle and become an adventurer, and I was, to be honest, not that good at adventuring. And I thought I was pretty confident, and ended up losing myself and my services for about 15 years in an arena in Kalimshan, down to the south in the desert. And that's pretty much what I've been doing is battling gladiator style. And eventually I was able to escape, and hopefully they never find the body of the guard. So and I was traveling north and found you guys and continued my way north. So
You were a slave?
essentially, yes. Indentured servant is what they called it to make it sound not so bad.
I'm gonna shrug it off. Like I'm gonna go, like kind of like oh, and shake my head, meaning okay, I get it. And then say makes sense.
So what is your real name, sir?
Oh, good, I found it. My birth name is Baron Fireforge, but you can continue calling me Doc.
Aaron Fairforge. Doc. I'll call you Doc.
Damn it! Now I have to change your
Be safe for
nameplate.
I'll just leave it as Doc.
Well,
The
it has.
logistics.
It's a
Oh, Derek.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
Derek. Yeah.
So over the course of conversation, then just generally speaking, he explains the armor and the sword came from the guard. That so the short sword that Aranon's wielding, they have a matching symbol, and he had modified the symbol while he was traveling so that it wasn't just the 3 lightning bolts; it had a mountain underneath it. So it's not too dissimilar from the tower symbol, but it's got a mountain and a few other traveling details. But generally, you get the sense that he's not an evil person; that he was escaping a bad situation, and the guard that he killed was not a good person. So,
Early on
actually,
in the conversation, a waitress comes to the table with without you guys ordering anything, comes to the table with mugs of ale for each of you, and kind of lays it out on the table, and then puts a piece of paper in the middle of the table as well, a piece of parchment, and then kind of walks away without saying anything, unless you guys say something to her.
I'm just gonna give her the Rock's eyebrow and take a tankard.
When you give her the Rock's eyebrow, that's when she puts the paper out on the table, and then she taps it twice, and then kind of leaves the table without saying much of anything.
All right, I'm gonna quick slide over and grab the paper, and while Doc is telling his story, I'm just gonna look at it, see what it says.
It says from the one in the corner with the pipe.
All right, I'm gonna fold it up and put it in my pocket. And actually, John, I think that's a good place to stop because I'm gonna have to give us time to wrap up
you
because I
gotta
gotta
duck
be
out.
out at 10.
That will actually be a perfect. Yeah, that'll work.
Intriguing. So we have a benefactor in the corner,
Maybe she
and we
thinks,
have the Baron Fireforge.
maybe she thinks Doc is cute.
She might.
She wants a piece of that dwarven hammer.
Beard. Hammer. Axe. It's a great axe.
she,
it's a great axe.
I'm not going to elaborate any further than that because I can make that much dirtier.
I was gonna say something about being split, but whatever.
Yeah. That's what Thank you, Norm, for saving me from saying it.
Hey man, that's what I'm here for.
It's a good time to stop.
Yeah, I ran out of coffee like 20 minutes ago. I'm
Yeah.
sad. All right. A big thank you to everybody in the chat. New face, new follow. Thank you very much, Loophole King. Appreciate it. Much love. We are all on Twitter. I am Tom M. Norman. Genius is Lazy Dragon GB. Cooch is Crazy Cooch. And Mr. DM JC is Wildfire1265. We are 2 Nerds 1 Quest on Twitter. The number 2 Nerds number 1 Quest. Vote on show titles because I said so. I'm gonna put that in the chat right now. Showbot.
Show- That bad boy up.
Vote on show titles. We have
As we can.
probably about a half dozen in there right now.
I was going to say, you were typing a lot today.
Yeah, I was. Show us some love. Give us some support. Give us some ratings wherever you get your podcast from. iTunes, Google, Amazon, Stitcher. Where else are they? Basically any place you can get your...
Shot.
What's that?
The Spinal Tap Ska cover band. Was that said out loud? Because I
No.
missed that if it was.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I just threw it in there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Share the show with your friends. Give us ratings. We're looking for new listeners. I think we are not necessarily young child appropriate, but share it with people that you think would like it. Also, show your support. Patreon.com/2nerds1quest. We have some really cool rewards, including one with a Mr. DMJC, where you get to pick his brain and have a monthly conversation with him about D&D or whatever else happens to come up in the talk. Join our Discord.
Absolutely.
We have chats there. Patreon.com/2nerds1quest. The Discord link. Hit me up wherever. I can send you a link, or just go look in our chat in Twitch. Join us every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Time, United States of America. Because we're global?
What did we say? That's Universal Time Clock minus 6? Is that what it was?
Feels right.
Universal Time minus 6, I think. We're
I
gonna have
will-
this discussion again.
I will leave that to people much smarter than me.
We figured it out last week. I forget what it was though.
Yeah,
Should've
Was it
written it down.
last week or was it a month ago?
Was it a month ago?
It was
Feels
a
like
while.
month ago.
Time flies, baby.
All these holidays.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Merry Christmas
Vote
to
for show
everybody.
titles.
Happy New Year to everybody. Take a look at the show titles, vote. And with that, for Brian, and for Randy.
For Brian, and for Randy? I get to be Randy.
Merry Christmas.
For
Happy holiday.
JC, for
Frog
Cooch,
fans are-
and for Mr. Genius, I am Norm. We'll catch you on the flip side.
See ya.
Later. Yay.
Yay.
That's cool. All right, let's look at
Yeah, I
show
love
titles.
pulling out that knucklehead trout thing.
It's like, does Jeff know what this is?
It goes way back.
Yeah.
Jeff does.
Jeff does.
Not from this book, but from an older book.
Looks like the naughty half of the list is the winner. I'm just gonna go down the list and read some in case there's anybody in chat that wants to take a look. We got the naughty half of the list, the Lion Tamer of Lathander, Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal, 4 legs, so it's hard to go prone, the Chair of Lathander, Spinal Shot, the Spinal Tap ska cover band, an Oral Sacrifice, because I am 10 years old and I thought that was hilarious, and Old Bitey the Knucklehead Trout.
Oh, the naughty half of the list was probably the best one, honestly. The joke that half elf.
I think if Old Bitey had come up earlier, it would have felt more like the episode, but it kind of came in at the end.
Yeah.
It doesn't explain the episode, I think. Yeah.
No.
I think if you would have spelled oral like oral and not like oral, then I think I would have voted
Yeah.
for it.
AURIL.
Well,
I like
I
it.
mean,
Yeah.
that-
I think,
that's where my mind went.
Yeah, I
Did
think
we
if
get the
you
outro?
guys...
Did you hit that? Get us out of here? Or no?
We're out, right?
No, we're still on.
I assume.
Yeah, we're on
Did
post
you
show.
hit the outro music for the podcast, or do you?
Oh
put that
yeah,
in
no,
later?
I did that already. Yeah, we're outro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is post show.
Yeah,
Post show.
we're in post show.
Yeah, I think if you guys would have had issues with Doc's story, I think he's been along enough to stick around, but if he had issues, I think he didn't really have much of a plan once he got north, and I think the only thing he knew about this was the knucklehead trout, scrimshaw carvings and things, so that's probably what he was planning on doing, is developing some skills as a scrimshaw, although it's probably a lot harder to fish when the lakes are frozen and it's dark out all the time.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess I'd be interested to
I've
know
seen
if
light.
Doc knew about the North and about the eternal darkness being a
Mm.
slave.
No, he's most of his expertise comes into things that they would have thrown in a gladiator pit with him, and that's if you guys caught that question I asked about the Craig cats. They never would have brought Craig cats that far south, or maybe you couldn't catch them. But anything else we might come across, there's if it's something that might live somewhere else, he would. Yeah, and unfortunately, he was on the opposite side of the cat when it died, because he's definitely, in true gladiatorial style, showing off when he's fighting. Like, he's definitely playing to a crowd that currently doesn't exist. So,
All right. I am going to throw us to raid Mr. Brian Dunaway. He is playing his Sunday morning games. This is speaking of Brian, and Randy. This is
Say
one of
that.
the Bryans.
What's he playing?
Cool.
Monster something or another.
Monster Hunter.
No. He
That's right.
does
Alright.
indie games stuff more often.
Okay.
More often than not. So we are
Sounds
throwing everybody to a raid. Raid.
All right, Tom.
Raid.
Hey, happy holidays, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Christmas, happy holidays. Everyone have a good New Year's Eve.
Yes, you as well.
Yeah, man. New Year's Eve.